Listen, the Jalen Johnson admitting to having, a sex addiction at his press conference to announce his contract extension, I didn't think I was going to hear this NFL offseason. I didn't think I was going to hear a player do that. I also didn't think I was going to hear that Aaron Rodgers was going to be a potential running mate.
Oh, this league.
For
like ideal running mate.
For Robert Kennedy Jr. As his VP running as an independent in November's election. And there's been a lot of pot shots, a lot of people taking jabs at Rodgers on social media. This is we have not heard anything from Aaron Rodgers, to my understanding. This was RFK Jr. who said that it was Rodgers and Jesse the Body Ventura as potential running mates. But I really hope this happens. I'll be honest with you. I just think this is fun. I want to see his ability to multitask, try and chase down a Super Bowl and actually complete a season or just a drive in New York with the Jets, and at the same time go and pursue a potential political career in the middle of his NFL career. I just want to see it. So I'm not going to throw shade at Aaron Rodgers. Do what you got to do.
I have so many questions. Like, how would that work? Is he just leaving the Jets to go run in a political race?
Well, they just got to make time for him. You know what I mean?
Is he after games, making his it's like a stump speech to America on his nationally televised game? I mean, we said this last year when the schedule came out. They had 5, 6 primetime games, whatever it was. He's gonna have the same amount this year because we tend to forget he didn't play. He had 4 plays before tearing his Achilles. So he's going to get a bunch of primetime games. It's still a very intriguing headline or storyline. He's going to have moments to make those political stump speeches if he wants. How does he go about handling that? Does he departmentalize football and running? And I don't know. At this point, it's fun to toss around the ideas of what this could be, but I can't imagine. It's hard for me to imagine that he's going to accept it, even if he was offered it. I mean, this is something that he's going to have in his future if he wants it. I just feel like you've got to be all in for this 2, 3, 4 years he said he wanted to play.
Yeah,
or like a week or two ago.
Listen, just when you thought he couldn't outdo coming back early from an Achilles tear injury, yet again another tremendously ridiculous storyline emerges from Aaron Rodgers. I just, why wouldn't I believe that there's a possibility to keep this conversation going for a long time? I mean, we actually had the conversation of, hey, Aaron Rodgers is going to return from his Achilles injury. He's going to come back. He's going to play. Oh, he's going to make it. He's going to play, all the way until the last very possible moment where it shows itself that he's not going to play. This is going to be a headline because at the end of the day, that injury is now from last season. So give whoever it is that does Aaron Rodgers PR and makes him more relevant in mainstream media, they deserve to be paid all the money that they get, because that dude has some of the wildest storylines connected to him with nobody else entertain somebody coming back from that type of injury in the same season. Nobody's going to entertain it and not going to really care. Now, we're in a different offseason, and he's going to – I don't know that he is. I'm kind of being over sarcastic here. But just imagine if this gained some momentum and had legs. Like he actually said something that alluded to him possibly putting his name in the bid for being a vice president of the United States. Like, that's crazy, man.
I mean, it's going to gain momentum because it's Rodgers, and there's just – people want to find something to take a shot at him, and whether he likes the attention and likes all this stuff that flies around his name and all the rumors and crap like that, whether he's the guy pushing this or not, you don't hear a lot from him. That's why I wonder when people criticize him for this stuff that comes out and there's too much noise and too much distraction. Well, how much of it is really him, or if it's just people that throw his name into stuff and it generates some sort of reaction?
Hey, what if he came out and said the whole reason for him going to the Hobbit tree was to meet with Kennedy and them to be down there and top secretly, because they did say somebody was in the tree with him, right? They say he wasn't alone.
I thought he was like alone or whatever.
I thought he was with somebody. I thought there was somebody in there with him.
Underground. Underground.
Hey, I don't know if they was
Nobody.
I don't know if they was playing that song while they was down there. But what if it came out that Kennedy was down there and they were just down there game planning on how they're going to go take the presidency the following year?
Underground and alone, from my understanding.
I mean, no energy, just candlelight and
that's what I hear goes on.
Tree roots.
Yeah.
Groundhogs and moles.
Get you centered, get you back. And then look, I mean, we can say whatever we want, but you walk out of there and all of a sudden he realized he wants to play, and he wants to play for a lot longer, and he wants to be a New York Jets.
But still be a vice president while doing so. I mean, that would be the greatest feat of multitasking maybe that we've ever seen in the history of America.
I can't imagine he'd be doing both though. Like you couldn't.
mean, but what if Robert Saleh was like, you know what, we only need you on Sunday?
No.
I mean, let's be clear here, Aaron. Like, if you really want to be the vice president, like, we only need you Sunday. Like, go be a president during the week. We borrow you, Saturday and Sunday. You go back to running the country and meet us via Skype or Zoom, Teams,
In all seriousness, though, in regards to this topic, like,
hey, Jonas was looking serious, like, man, it could work.
I just want to see it. I really want. At this point, why not?
Go ahead.
In all seriousness to the topic, I do believe this. I do believe it's gotten to the point now where the leader of the free world, our presidential candidate, his running mate, the vice presidential candidate,
is AI intelligence.
No, it's being joked about in this manner, though. And
that's
a sad thing.
That is sad.
That's where I look at this and go, it's not a joke. Don't get me wrong with what I'm saying.
Yep.
But we're joking about it in a manner like, oh, he's going to be able to play and do both. Like he's not going to be able to do both. Like if this is one of those things, if he feels passionate enough about it, he should not play football and go and do it. And come back if he can, or whatever the case is. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with that. If he feels that passionate about our country, about his own political beliefs, I don't care which side of the aisle you're on, by the way, or if you're independent in this case. I don't care. Like, our country needs good people. It needs people who are passionate about trying to help our country and serve our country. So I have no problem with that. But I do think it's going to take all of your time, focus, and attention. And that's where it's fun to discuss, but it's also sad in the same breath that we're here as a country where we're making jokes about this. And again, like, he could have a very long political career if he wants after he's done playing football. I just think the job entails, giving it everything and giving everything to it. And that goes on both sides, both jobs. If you're going to go into politics, if you're going to go and be the quarterback of the New York Jets.
I just think that Kennedy and his team looked at the way Aaron Rodgers has interviewed, the fact
they said to him, "Look at him, Johnson.
Look at him.
Look at him.
Look at him. You don't
way,
vaccinate, do you?"
Hey, RFK Jr.'s jacked.
Is he?
Yeah.
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 Thanks for that, Jonas.
Just letting you know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Somebody you can rally around. Guy walks around doing shrugs all day.
I have watched what's going on, and to your point, Q, some of these responses and these debates and these addressings of their, their people, it's just been really kind of comical. The things that they say, their responses to questions, it's like the competency level is kind of waning right now. It's kind of interesting, and then it actually gives way to. I don't look at it as being a serious deal. I mean, I'm having fun with it, but then for 2 seconds you're like, well, I'd rather have a dude that I know is in his right mind, knows how to run an offense, which means he knows how to command, the allegiance of the Army. And when you really think about, historically the greatest leaders, they were generals. They were in the battlefield. And while I won't compare football, but so much to our military, bottom line is that the quarterback is the general, the on-field general of your team.